Hey, welcome to another episode of Squeezy Sports. And today, joined by Shavar, hashtag
Guys,
GGMU. Silen, what's happening, gents?
Hear he, I bow to thee, Shivar, I christen you, the peacemaker.
nah, as I said, I'm here to choose violence, guys. I don't believe in
Yeah.
peace.
Yo, one
Do you
one
know,
win
do,
and people can talk.
do, you- do, you- do you know that violence actually looks good on you, Shivar?
So, Sijle, how come you smiling? I haven't seen you
Yeah.
smile all
I'm
season,
just
and
a, I'm
now
just
it's
a
like,
happy, I'm a happy chappy. I had a brilliant weekend. And yeah,
no,
there's
guys, it
nothing
was
that
it
could
was a
literally
good day
ruin it
all
for me.
round. Like, I'm not gonna lie, even the traffic going to work was less. There was enough parking. There were so many desks open. I thought it was a Friday today.
Yeah.
Damn,
What else,
Shavar.
Shavel? What else?
What
Tell
else?
us more.
Now they're
No, I
thinking,
mean,
now they
I
now
just
now they're
agreed with
thinking you
Sijle. That's
DJ
how my day
Khaled.
went.
Now they're thinking you DJ Khaled, you're gonna say another one just because this weekend you say another one, another one.
But honestly, my favorite thing is that it's not just this weekend, right? It's the last. I think it's since 2016 or something
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's been a very tough
Yeah, you
stage of
guys,
football.
you guys hammered us at Old Trafford, and then you hammered us again at Enfield. You
And
showed us
Salah
you
took.
don't have respect for Ten Hag.
Hey
No,
man,
Fuck off.
no.
it's
So speaking about respect for Ten Hag, right? I on Thursday I was talking to one of my friends, United fan, and he's like, "Dude, we're on the up. You guys are looking down. Just admit that. I know it's going to be a tough game, whatever. But he's trying to say that in a sly way that United are favorites for the game. And I told him, not at Anfield. Like, I've seen some terrible Liverpool teams beat some absolute giants at Anfield just because it was Anfield, right? So just temper your expectations. I didn't think we were playing that well going into the game, and I mean you guys just won a cup, so I thought you guys were on a high. Um, and then point two about disrespect to Ten Hag. After I had that conversation with my friend, I think it was the day after, which would have been Friday, he comes out and he says there's nothing special about Anfield. He talks about the pitches are all the same size, it's the
Yeah,
same referees, the goalposts
yeah.
are the same size. Firstly,
The
the pitches are
ball.
not all the same size
yeah,
because the Camp Nou and Old Trafford are definitely wider.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's the same ball, and basically there's nothing wonderful about Anfield. So
Over
I'm
and
glad
above
you
that.
got to see all
I, I
seven
felt
wonders
I
of the
felt that
world.
was a
Nah,
jab.
Poor
bro.
guy.
I
I
felt that
think
was a
I
jab.
think nah.
No, it was a
Utsotsi.
jab. It was a
Nah,
jab, and
that
I'm
person
glad we
that
put him in his place.
that person as a United fan spoke shit.
Exactly.
Because in no, because in reality, besides the size of the pitch, man, it's the 12th man, which is the fans.
Yeah.
And
Yo.
and
No, no,
and
no, no. That was your manager who said that. That was Ten Hag who said there's
nah,
nothing special about
yeah,
Anfield.
Ten Hag is
He
speaking
said it's the
shit.
same
That's
size,
why he
all of
lost. That's why
that.
they chowed him.
Damn.
I'm glad. I'm glad he got out. And even after the game, he came out
I
and
didn't
he
hear
said that he thought United were the better team in the first half.
First half,
that.
yeah, I
And
saw
I'm
that.
like, nah. You guys had the
No.
better chances. You guys
Yeah.
had the better
So,
chances. I
and this is
will
coming, and this is
I agree with that. Bruno Fernandes should have scored that header, but
Mhm.
we had so many half chances that we just not could not create to a proper chance. And then the first proper chance we got, we took,
Bro,
and then downhill
what's
since
his
then.
name?
but
They were
no.
having a
I think
feast with the law
yeah.
on the right.
That's where I was. That's where I
No,
was
what
going
was
now. Hold on, hold
the
on. Like
positioning for Gakpo's goal? He was next to
Nah.
Martinez. What was he doing there?
But the thing is that
Also, what was Fred doing? Because Fred left
exactly.
this
no, you
huge
can't
gap.
blame. No,
Like,
no, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
No, no,
no,
it's
no.
no, no.
it's
Fred.
both of them.
I'll come in defense. I'll come in defense of the pasta. No, no.
Okay,
See,
go for the.
see,
Yeah.
Fred is not my favorite player, but positionally he was sold by Dallo. Because you know what Dallo did?
Exactly.
He got sucked in by a player and then he left
Yes.
so much of space. So what Fred was trying to do was one of two things: either defend the box or defend the field. Oh, sorry, or defend the line. And he failed in either or. That's
Yeah,
why he
he
ended
ended
up
up
in no
doing
man's
neither then.
land.
See,
Yes,
there were
that's why he
three
ended
players.
up in no man's land.
Hey, let's be at the bottom.
All I
Everyone was
can say-
wearing
all I
their
can
shirt
say
today.
to
I feel like
Cheese-
I should go get mine.
All I can say to Cheese is that Umakram is T20 captain, but we'll address that one. There were three players there. I think who was it? It was Nunes. There was Gakpo in the
I was
middle.
waiting for that.
There was Gakpo in the middle, and I think behind him there was Robertson. Robertson and Nunes were both pointing at Gakpo because they had pushed Dalo in.
So
Fred had to watch the
Robertson
two
cut.
players. There was nothing.
Robertson
Fred could
cut
do.
inside. Robertson cut inside. The minute Robertson cut inside, he got confused. Fred is what does he do? Does he track the
Exactly.
inside run or does he mark the line? And then where
I mean,
was
in
it,
that
Dalo?
situation, you press the man, right? You press the
but-
man on the ball. That's what I would do.
But that pass was also. When I
That
saw
was a
that
pass.
I
Yeah,
said,
look, he did pull out a bit of a on his weaker foot too. He had two opportunities where he could curl one.
Dalo sold
But,
us. He sold us clean.
And so that's actually that was number 3 on my list of things that I wanted to talk about. But fine, I'll make it number 2. Everyone goes on about what a terrible defender Trent is. Bruno Fernandes barely had a kick of the ball.
Nah,
So
bro.
No, but
I don't want to
I think
hear
I
this
disagree.
Trent is a terrible
He's a
defender
terrible
anymore.
defender, Shabab, bro.
I don't
Trent
think
is
no,
a
no.
terrible
There's a tackle.
Sometimes
you just gotta put your hand up.
Hold on, gents.
Yeah.
Trent versus Rashford. There's
Yes.
That would have been a
that-
completely
Exactly.
different game. That would have been a completely different game,
Exactly.
right? But why did Mr. Ten Hag not make that decision?
I
What
personally
is this
think
vague
I can
horse
tell
playing
you-
in the 10?
No, I can tell you why. It's the confidence of that energy drink cup that you guys won.
Nah, I wouldn't
The
even say
7-Up
it's the
Cup.
energy drink cup, guys. But like, look at Man United. Look, before we lost to Liverpool, our form, bro. Like,
yeah.
our
Yeah, but
tactically, Ten Hag was getting it right all along. It's just yesterday where he
But
just
with
got it
who
But
plays?
it's-
wrong.
Nah, bro. But with who
you
plays?
can
With
you
who
can
plays?
play.
We couldn't get out the press. Do you know how frustrated
Yeah.
I was?
But
We
that's
could
but-
not even
yeah,
get out the
But
press.
that's our midfield. But another thing is, Modise, I've been telling you guys about Man United and ball retention. Cheese, you can vouch for me. I always said that our weakness is ball retention. Like, that's the one area that we need to sort out. That's the reason why Frankie de Jong is such an important player that we
But
need
can
to
I ask you a
sign.
question?
Sort
X?
that
Can I
out.
ask you a question?
Because
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you think Ten Hag is able to adapt to the different teams he plays? And why I ask
No.
you that is because
Yeah.
I'll answer
I
that for
feel
you.
like-
No.
I feel
Nah, you
like
can.
Ten Hag has been so focused on getting us to play his way, which has worked, right?
Yeah.
But in the EPL, they will figure you out quickly. And someone like Klopp managed to do that very quickly. And that's why Martinez was weak on the day. Yes, it was a bad day in the office, but they
Yeah.
figured him out because he plays the same type
Wow.
of football against every single team.
Can I
So-
No,
ask
but
Yeah,
I think Usho wasn't match fit.
Thank
So
you.
it just made it
bro.
hard for Big Six.
Shaw gave away the ball.
Shaw was way off the pace. And then I
Yeah.
think United needed to score early. Those 2 chances where they had with Rashford and Bruno, they needed to
Yeah.
convert those chances because it would have changed the complexion of the game.
So
And I think
comment,
Usho was still
comment.
fine.
2 instead of 7.
So here's a quick comment. Here's a quick comment from my side on.
But I want to
on
hear
Modise's-
X's answer.
Yeah, well, I'll give X a chance. This is my view right now. The top tier managers, for some reason, what they do is they force the opponent to buckle to their style of play. Look at Pep. Pep's side, everyone knows they will have the ball for a good chunk of the game, and in them doing that, you end up falling into a trap of you get used to that's how they play. That's how they play. So I think Man United right now are at the point where it's either one of two things. It's either he makes a decision, this is our style of play, and whichever opponent we play against, this is our style of play. Or he says, I'm going to be adaptable in that this is our identity as a team, but if I'm going to be playing against a Stoke, a Southampton, and whatnot, and this is the type of play that the Stokes or the opponents are, I will then change my style of play to match or counteract their play.
Yeah. Can I answer? Next, Tulani just answered for me right now. We saw Eric Ten Hag adapt to Barca, then play a totally different approach against Newcastle straight after. This man can adapt. You know,
Yeah, no,
he
I don't
can
think the problem
adapt.
was adapting, Fran. I don't think the
Yeah,
problem was adapting. I
he
think
can.
he had the wrong game plan
Yeah,
against Liverpool. I
and
think
And
as
line
well,
up.
he thought
And
On
line up.
being able to adapt, right?
yeah,
One criticism I always had of Tuchel was that he didn't have his own style of play. He did very well at countering the opposition style of play.
Yes.
And that's
Yep.
why he was never a tier one manager for me. He was always the tier below that. Because if I needed someone to go and counter someone's style of play, I'd have Tuchel. But if I wanted someone to build a dynasty and go on to win multiple trophies, I don't think it's Tuchel. Ten Hag, I think he's still trying to find his identity because I liked what he did against Barcelona where he put Weghorst at 10. I think, I don't know, I didn't watch most of the game. I just saw the lineups. I think that was so that you guys had that extra man who could press and then Rashford on the counter. And I mean, it clearly worked. I did not watch the cup final because we live in South Africa and I had load shedding. But against Liverpool, now you playing Weghorst at 10 to press who? We've been complaining about how poor Fabinho's been all season. Yesterday, I mean, he dropped a 10 out of 10, but I think I could have dropped a 10 out of 10 yesterday. But you really want to press Fabinho, who isn't really like doing any playmaking, and you want to leave Trent to mark Bruno Fernandes, who was doing pretty much nothing. Trent had a
We
free,
should have had
and
a
Trent was
feast
coming.
with Trent, man.
Trent
Oh,
was
we should
coming
have-
into midfield and actually dictating play.
Yeah.
And obviously
Trent looked
Robertson
good yesterday.
going
Chief.
on the outside, cutting inside,
Nah.
all of that. You guys thought, I get what Ten Hag was trying to do. He said our midfield's our weak point, so he's going to try to attack our midfield. But he doesn't know our midfield might be our weak point, but we supplement that with our fullbacks being our creative outlet. And that's why he lost.
Yeah, so I'm always the first person to admit when I'm wrong with the player. Henderson is not my favorite player. Hendo, I think, is a bang average player. But yesterday, that man worked.
yeah.
That man pulled literally every trick in the book, and he was probably the difference in the middle of the park against a CDM that everyone in the world rates as the best EPL CDM.
Yeah, and even FIFA also rates him. He's also in what again? The FIFA
I mean,
best.
I was waiting for that one.
Yeah,
That's
Get it
that.
right.
You have to pull that one. Did you pull that one from your seventh pocket? Or was
Yeah,
it the
my
sixth
seventh-
pocket?
But isn't that from his time at Madrid, not his time at United? Isn't that what
Wow.
they were
Hey,
looking
yeah,
at?
it
Robertson
says
Sabbath
it
Madrid
says
and the World
Manchester
Cup.
United / Real
Current
Madrid.
employer.
I know, but of course, now let us be honest. Modise, it was his
I
time.
mean,
at
I got to
Madrid.
give you guys something, right?
Yeah, they had to.
Yeah, it was his time at Madrid. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously he did a lot at Madrid. I mean, he won everything there was to win. He
Yeah.
dominated Madrid. So and that was
But
part of
I-
his reason to also leave, right?
Yeah,
He had
yeah,
to
yeah.
retire, but
Yeah.
but yeah, man, I just think for me yesterday, Chief, we also just got the lineup on wrong. We should
Yeah.
have just had a feast with Trent, man. Trent, I think if we started with Sancho and Rashford on the wings and they just kept swapping and confusing his brain and we would have eaten him. I don't even know.
Only your manager can tell us.
Versvorst. What's his name?
You could have beat them on FIFA, Baba.
Yeah, you can do that on FIFA. We can play.
You
We can
can
play. afterwards.
replay the
Maybe I
game.
must play-
You can go
Yeah,
replay the
let's
game
play
on
games
FIFA.
I can beat you 7.
No, but I think Motis, I'm with you in that I was very much confused when I was watching the game. 80th minute, it's like, okay, sure, fine. Why Ungafagu Sancho? At least
I know, but it was
Sancho-
late. Guys, the
no,
game was
but
late as it is.
we
No,
needed a
So-
goal.
That's another thing
80th
against Ten Hag.
yeah.
This is another thing against Ten Hag, right? You go in 1-0 down. Fair enough. It's a way at Anfield. It happens, right? Don't come out and concede immediately.
Yeah,
And once you have
46th minute.
conceded immediately, do not come out and start attacking us.
Yeah.
because then the third one went in. And then this guy, his ego after winning that Milk Cup must have been so high because he just tried attacking and attacking
Wait,
and
what did you
attacking and
call it?
attacking.
What did you call it?
I called it the Milk Cup.
But you guys were celebrating the
Hey,
World
don't
Cup.
say that
I
about.
know.
Don't
I
say
know,
that
right?
about
The
City's
City
sponsor.
trophy.
Don't say that about City's club sponsor.
No,
Hey, that's
so
that's City's club sponsor. They sponsor Chelsea. Those guys.
Why am I
Wow.
taking shots here? Come on, we're talking about Man United.
Hey, those guys sponsor you.
Rather
Yeah.
okay, don't call it the milk cup. Rather call it the energy drink cup.
the 7-Up Cup.
The Chelsea Initiative Cup.
It's a cup.
Okay, I apologize. Okay, after he won the 7-Up Cup, his ego was so high to keep attacking us after
Yeah.
3-0 down. What did
Yeah.
he think was going to happen?
So, just on that, I was watching the commentary on SuperSport, and they had Michael Owen, because I think we get the feed from Sky. Michael Owen, I don't know what the fuck he's doing as a commentator, because he is as passionate about football as he's not. He doesn't have that thing that makes him a commentator. I don't know what he's doing there. But besides that, the one thing that he said, the minute that we are 3-0 down, it's all about maintaining that scoreline and keeping it at 3-0 and not conceding anymore. Because the minute it goes over 4, over 5, over 6, over 7, it's embarrassing. And I think that's one thing that Ten Hag failed to do, to address that hey, we're losing this. So what do we do to go right ahead and either score a goal or to defend the
Well,
scoreline
that's
that
my
we have
problem,
right now?
right? He's not like that's not how he's thinking. He came in saying what eras come to an end. So he came there to prove a point against Klopp. And I'm very happy with the point that he proved. And I think he caught a hiding from City as well. Trying
The
to prove
seven
point.
the seven
So-
points that you proved. You guys proved 7.
Okay, guys. It's true. Our coach got it wrong completely. I just feel like we were meant to be compact against Liverpool. We weren't meant to give you guys space. We were meant to sit back, and that's why Aaron Wan-Bissaka would have been a perfect inclusion in the team instead of Dalot. And yes, Shiva, our team, of course, our manager has been winning a lot of games, bro. We beat Barca, for crying out loud, a team that we haven't beaten in 13 fixtures. You know, Barcelona stay beating Man United, bro, all the fucking time, bro. The last time we beat Barca was in 2009. I was in grade 11, bro, writing exams.
Yeah,
bro.
but Lepas yeah better, Joe. But this boss is crap, man.
What do you mean?
it
It's
is.
not
It is.
long.
Nah, it
You
is.
know,
They-
you
they-
know
they
I say
do
it
it.
all the time.
Can I
You
ask
know
a
I say it
question?
all the time.
But besides,
You know I say it all the time.
Can we just finish?
Yeah.
Jeez, bro. Last season, where were we, bro? In comparison
Yeah,
to
no,
this.
I fully understand you. I fully understand you, ne? But what I'm saying, all I'm saying is that you know Pep even says all the time, he says, you can go to all these stadiums, but not Anfield. Anfield is something else, man. And if you get your tactic wrong at Anfield, it's good night for you. It's good night.
Yeah.
You can ask any team that goes to Anfield, if you get your tactics wrong, it's a baptism of fire. And I think Ten Hag will be fine. He needed this. He needed this.
Thank you.
As a reminder, back to
remind
reality.
him. Just to remind him that
and to be honest, gents, I also needed that as a Man United fan. I was humbled.
all of you did. All of you did. bro.
Yeah,
all of you
I
did.
was humbled. I was brought back to reality, to a point where I was surprised Shavat didn't even banter me.
This way.
Yesterday. He
This way.
gave me
Wrong
he
way,
gave me a hug instead of bantering me yesterday.
Was it 7 hugs?
But he just said I can't say anything to you. But like for me, it was a good lesson for us as Man United, especially spectators, to manage our expectations. But I've always managed mine. I've always said that we are ahead of our rebuild, and I just want to see where we're going to finish right now. I've always said that on my end. But a lot of course, majority of our fan base, we tend to be delusional. We tend to lose our heads. And yeah, man, we needed this hiding. Unfortunately, it had to be Liverpool. It could have been another team. It could have been City, for crying out loud, because City fans aren't as many as Liverpool fans.
Wow. Quick question, gents.
Yeah.
Anthony and Bruno yesterday.
Eesh.
Chief.
If we were to rate them, and this is
Yeah.
against all the players, what are we giving Bruno point-wise out of 10? What are we giving? Go for it, Cheese.
So Vito, here's my always been my criticism of Bruno, right? Is that Bruno does not want to play a high-paced game. As soon as we start playing a high-paced game and he has to start chasing people, Bruno's not gonna do that for you. So you guys are already one man down. And when you have Anthony, you have another person who's one man down. Because Anthony will dive into tackles and you'll pick up yellow cards in silly positions, and you don't want that against Trent and Liverpool, right? So first of all, you're one man down with Bruno. Because he wants the ball, he doesn't get time to hold on to it, he doesn't get time to create chances. And you have the same situation with Anthony. And there are people who are bombing up left and right. The fullbacks are bombing up every single chance they get. So for me, Bruno gave us a flat 3 out of 10 in that game. I think what made it worse. What's worse is that he missed that header. That was a golden chance. If he scores that first completion.
I think what's worse is how he was reacting as a captain, dog.
Yes, that was embarrassing.
75th minute, he had given up.
Bro,
even before that.
Bro, I was so pissed at that because what I did, of course, load shedding hit me when we were 4-0 down. So I had to rewatch the second half. I actually went through the second half again, bro. Extended highlights and everything.
Why are you doing that to yourself?
No, it's fine. The thing is that I just wanted to, of course, for this episode.
He needed closure.
Closure.
Look, I think come back to work. We get some EAP sessions every month. I think you need one of those.
Yeah, but Shiva, like you always say, bro, you the leader of the team, bruh. You the leader. And that's the reason why besides that, Cheese, bro, Bruno Fernandes, other than energy and being available, personally, I don't think he's levels for Man United. I personally think we need to go for a number.
That's a bold statement. That's a bold
It's not the
statement.
first time you made this statement.
No, but I've been
it's
saying
not the
this.
first time he said this.
True.
He said this a lot.
I've been saying this though, dog. I don't rate Bruno as highly as a lot of Man United
and
fans
I remember
do.
we discussed this and saying that Bruno, the moment he misses a chance, he's throwing his.
You see what I'm saying?
Come on,
come on.
Yeah, but why isn't Ten Hag taking him off? Take him off to play someone who's going to chase after the ball for you.
Guys,
Ten Hag wasn't substituting Anthony yesterday. He wasn't doing that, and I was so frustrated. Like Chief Anthony was giving us nothing. They figured out Anthony's going to try.
Anthony was giving us a lot.
He cuts inside.
Exactly.
Yeah, he cuts inside and then he gives it to Alisson.
You cut inside to 3 midfielders. There's 3 central midfielders for Liverpool. Who are you cutting inside to? You haven't gone
Anthony
outside.
got the ball. I'm like, right, we're going to counter here.
Anthony's game is the same also.
Like if a team is playing 3 midfielders, your wingers can't go inside. Your wingers can't go inside with 3 midfielders. There has to be something that's going on.
No, I think you can play around that, right? Like Salah and Mane have gone inside against every team in the world.
But Salah and Mane are trying to get behind the defense, Shiva. Anthony's not. Anthony's coming to receive the ball in front of the defender to cut back inside around it.
Yeah.
It's a different story between Salah's on the shoulder of the left back. He wants to get behind him, cut inside, then bend it. So it's a different story to what Anthony's trying to do. And in order for Anthony to improve, same thing like I was telling Sihle with regards to Ziyech. If that's going to be his game plan, he's not going to make it a Premier League. Can you completely forget it?
I just think Anthony needs to watch Riyad Mahrez's, especially at Leicester, bro. I'm not saying he's capable. Riyad Mahrez, when he arrived in the Premier League, was also struggling, bro. He was way too reliant on cutting, and then he developed his right foot. Once his right foot developed, motherfucker became world class.
But I think also just on
when he arrived, bro, in the Premier League, he wasn't just making waves. It's only in his second season when Leicester won the league, Homeboy started developing his right foot and becoming very predictable, and also focused on his first touch. Riyad Mahrez's first touch.
That's what I was going to go for.
But Ranieri, the way Ranieri set up that Leicester team, was very different in terms of playing to everyone's strengths. Like, he didn't force Mahrez to go in behind defenders. He make Mahrez be the second striker or the 10 to drop in and receive it. Then he's looking for the long ball for Albright and Vardy. And he was good at that. And if he was close enough to the box, that left foot was incredible. So again, coaching. If the same thing that they did to Sancho, they must send Anthony back there to the military camp where they sent Son for the World Cup.
But yeah, just on Anthony and his first touch. His first touch is brilliant. It's there. But what happens after the first touch? Because the difference with Mahrez and Anthony is that Mahrez gets the first touch going forward. Anthony, his first touch is going back. Then he wants to go forward.
I don't know if you saw that. Beat every man. He thinks,
I don't know if you saw the
style level dribbler.
Yeah, you saw the style that he pulled when he was trapping that ball that came in.
Yeah, but again, for wingers, but for wingers, gents, it's confidence, right? If you look at Jack Grealish last season, when he was receiving the ball, he was receiving the ball facing the fullback. Every single time he wanted to receive the ball, wanted to face the fullback, and whenever he had a chance to try to beat the man, he wanted to cut back in and lay it back to the 10. Jack Grealish this season is different. He's trying to run, being positive, getting behind the fullback, and it's a different sort of player, right? And I think if you look at wingers, even St. Maximin, when he gets the ball, he's positive. He's turning and he's facing the fullback, right? Now, Anthony, he needs to develop. I think it's all about confidence. Once he gets himself into the game, he'll do better. And that's what I think. In any case,
Anthony needs to come to speed with the fact that it's not all about flair, man, and he's got to also be able to adapt to the game as well and realize that in the EPL, CK, and I agree with you, Cheese, 100%, that in the EPL they figure you out very quickly, and you need to be able to be agile in the game, and you need to be able to adapt within the game. So once we went 2-0 down, Chief, if we're not changing something about how we're playing, we have a problem. And for me, I'm actually quite disappointed more than anything. And that's why I questioned his adaptability. Because why? I still stand. Why did we not go for... our target man should have been Trent. The whole game, 90 minutes, He was going to get a red card, that guy. If he was taking on Sancho or Rashford,
it's a different kettle of fish. Yeah, that's why when it's okay, sure. Why is Sancho? Because is he injured? Is he what's going on? Because he took him to boot camp.
Bro. He's got tonsillitis.
Chief, he's on the bench.
So the seven goals are hard to swallow for you guys.
No, he was drinking too much Carabao. He was drinking too much Carabao.
No, but also it's what I said. That when I said that, I was actually quite upset when you brought on Elanga. Not because it's Elanga, but it's because, Chief, we need to protect our goal difference, which is already small.
It's now 6, bro.
6.
Chief,
how did you feel when you brought on McTominay?
Oh my God!
I was so pissed, bro. That's when the power went at home. Like, that's when the power went.
Well, it's strange, X, because I'm on the same grid as you, and my power didn't go off at that time. So was it load shedding, or was there some intervention happening there?
I think there was intervention, bro.
Nah, X. I think your dad is a Liverpool fan. He's the one who's like Trisha.
My dad was in Durban, bro. My dad was on my case, bro, sending me VN saying that I know. Which is to say something like
Translation, they were cutting off his footballs.
Shivar, if you recall in Game of Thrones, the Worm Warriors. Did everyone?
No, there we go. No, there.
He was presenting himself. Oh, he was presenting himself.
Who is he cutting off now? Oh, he's cutting himself
off.
Yeah, he's tired of us.
It's been a long couple of days for X. Let's just give him a break.
Now
you're on mute.
Oh,
gosh.
Sorry about that,
oh
guys.
gosh, rookie mistake.
There we go.
There's a 10 hug for you.
But another thing is, guys, I mean, you guys are coming at 10 Hag so heavy, you know. This is not like Oli, bruh. This man has been doing well up until now. We hit a hectic pothole. We hit our oil sump. I was telling CJ, we hit our oil sump, and we just now need to regroup and focus on the next game, you know. And so for me personally, yes, we got annihilated, we got humbled as a fan base because we're getting way too carried away thinking that we are back. People were saying they back, especially YouTubers from the UK, a lot of them, we back, we back, we back. And I've always been cautious on my end. I've always been on that game by game basis. Even the Carabao Cup final, I wasn't confident that we'll win it, like, you know, easily. You know, I was always wary of each and every opponent that we play against, because I know very well with Man United, dog, things as much as Ten Hag has come in and done his thing, things can change instantly. We can be humble because we still struggle with retaining the ball. And in the past few games, I don't think any team has exposed that besides Liverpool now. Liverpool, literally, that high press alone, they won every 50-50 ball, which for me was a clear sign. From the first half, I saw that we are in trouble here.
And also, don't forget, they also, the other thing is that they were winning the second ball, which is one thing. I think 3 goals. Yeah, you consider 3 goals as a result of you guys losing the second ball.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And nothing is as well.
You lost 7 balls, Chief.
Yeah.
So first ball, second ball.
But no, we have to give David his credit. And I feel like I keep on saying this. David right now is one of the best shot stoppers in the world. And there were a couple of chances that I was like, David stepped up.
Yeah, Paresh, man.
So 2 things, guys. 2 things. On De Gea, I mean, okay, first thing, maybe answer after I go for my second thing. But on De Gea, why is he not your captain? I fail to understand why he is not club captain. And second thing is, I'm not coming at Ten Hag on his managerial skill, right? That's not, he is a skilled manager. He's not at the tier 1 level yet. I think maybe he can get there, but that's not what I'm coming at him for. I'm coming at his attitude. He thought he was too big for his boots, and he came and he got schooled, right? He needs to sit down and just not talk about football until whenever your next game is. Like, he needs to go, play some FIFA, play some Football Manager, read the back of his cereal box, learn a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Can you go back to Gakpo? Because Gakpo, last I checked, Gakpo is coming to Old Trafford.
Yeah, man.
We didn't have the money.
We didn't have the money. Our owners didn't want to give us guap, bro. That's the reason why we signed.
And they gave you 80 million for Anthony.
Well, that's a manager who wanted Anthony. You know, there's something that Ten Hag
Anthony had a man on the inside. I mean, it comes back to it, right?
Yeah.
Ten Hag thought he knew more than the director of football. What's up with his attitude?
Football is shit. Come on, Shiva, bro. You also know more than our director of football, bro. We all in this panel. Come on. Man United's director of football is rubbish, bro. Like, it's non-existent. You know,
hey, man, put some respect.
But I think I can't recall who was it, you, Cheese, who said footballers it's more the inside, it's more how they feel.
Yeah.
Do you guys see a way for Anthony to get out of this slump that he's in? Because I think in my mind, and this is totally just speaking from outside, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
He feels like he's arrived, and in him feeling that he's arrived, he's been dealt a blow in his arrival that he actually isn't as good as he would like to think. Sure, fine. Man United forked out quite a bit of pocket change for him, but he's not living up to the expectation of that pocket change.
I mean,
pocket change.
You can go Cheese. Cheese is random.
Change your position. Change your position. Go play 10. Next week, go play left wing. Don't see for a winger. You have all those options. You're a winger. Go play on the left. Go play behind the striker in the 10. Tell Bruno to go there, or tell Rashford to swap. Find a feel for yourself in the game. Like, involve yourself in the game. If you're struggling on that side, just say, Pete, I'm struggling against this person this side. Let me come into the 10. Maybe when you whip in this side, into
In
a
him
better
coming to
position
10, he's going to be
benefit.
fighting for Workhorse. Because Workhorse played that position this weekend.
Yeah,
So
it just
It
shows.
I think
works,
he
man.
did.
But guys,
Guys,
just
can we speak about Workhorse?
yo, Modise.
Mutis.
Wi-Fi.
I don't
Mutis.
think
feel like
anyone
we're
will speak about Vegas.
Mutis.
Now you back. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
you.
Can you guys
Now,
hear
now
me?
we can speak about Vegas.
Yeah, you
Yes.
can go. We can hear you.
Yeah, no, man, that guy adds zero value to me. I don't know about you guys. Like, I don't see what he does. He hasn't.
Which guy? Are you talking about Workhorse or are you talking about Anthony?
Workhorse. At least
Workhorse.
Anthony can give you the odd goal. Workhorse,
Yeah.
chief, just running around
Yeah.
the whole. I
Yeah,
don't
He
know what
added a
Bailey
lot
is
of value
doing.
to me.
I don't
Well,
know
with
what
me,
Bailey is
what I
doing
think-
with that guy.
I just feel like with Workhorse, bro, he is. It just shows you, first of all, for the mere fact that we're playing Workhorse at 10, also shows you Bruno's deficiency, bro. Personally, as a number 10, you need to be able to play as on the half turn. And Bruno is a player who's not good at playing at the half turn. Even Madison or even Odegaard. You see Odegaard from Arsenal. Now, that's a number 10, in my opinion. That's someone who can play. He can dribble with the ball. He's very competent on it. His turns, man, are immaculate. First touch, immaculate. Passing ability, immaculate. Doesn't give away the ball easily. He can play also on the half turn. And that's one
Yeah,
thing.
but he's still English. He's still English.
Who?
You can have all of those things, but he's still English.
Who? Odegaard.
Medicine.
Oh,
Yeah, but okay, yes, but I'd prefer
Offside,
that sort of
offside,
number
jeez,
10.
offside.
That's the sort of number 10 I'd prefer over a Bruno personally, because that's what a number 10 needs to be able to do. You know, you can't just be good off the ball only. You provide energy, you provide pressing. You know what I mean? You run a lot. I've never rated Bruno as highly as most people do, and I still stand by that, bro. Like, I just think in the summer, a lot of my ops, they need to be replaced. You know, Fred needs to go and sit on the bench. We need to replace him with a world-class midfielder. Same thing with Bruno. We need to get a proper world-class number 10. CJ, can you give us thingy? Your boy, what's that
You
guy
can't
from
buy
Portugal?
Kamavinga. He's not over 30 yet.
No.
7 up. You are growing some balls. Yes.
Woo! Who's your boy? João Felix. Yeah, CJ, give us João Felix. I want that.
Yeah, I just
Guys,
saw it
what
before
about Sancho
joining
at 10?
Sorry?
What about Sancho at 10? For me, he
He's
hasn't
not,
made
he's
himself a
not
good
dynamic
number 10.
enough. He doesn't have that. He's not.
No.
I don't think so. There's a player there. See Sancho. He's classy. He's beautiful to the eye. But for some reason, he doesn't apply himself. There's that extra level he needs to get to.
He's English. You can say it.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that, but there's
I know
that
you want to
level.
say
That's,
it's English. It's that level. That's that thing I was saying about Rashford as well. There's that level. And yesterday he showed it. There's just that level where he's not going to reach.
Yeah.
It's always like you can see it. He's almost like it's almost. But it's
5'2",
never
like
reaching.
5'2".
Yeah.
Look, I will say the same thing about Kyle Walker. I believe Kyle Walker would be one of the greatest left backs in the world.
Yeah.
But I always remember, because he's English, he's never going to reach that pinnacle. And I accepted. Then I was like, that's why we need to go buy a right back.
Yeah.
Do you think Foden will reach that point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Foden can try. I think Foden can definitely try. But because he's English, I have a feeling that
Mara, CJ, there's a play.
I think Foden will. I think Foden will.
Yeah.
CJ, there's a
we said
play.
the same thing. I remember we should say the same thing about Wilshere. I'm like, Wilshere was incredible.
Jack
guys.
Wilshere.
Wilshere
Yeah, he
was incredible.
He was.
And then there was
There's
just that one thing, and no one could put his finger on it. No one could put their finger on that one thing. And then I posted it on Twitter, and I said it's English. He is a
No, it's
English
not English.
footballer.
Jack Wilshere was injuries.
Aye.
What?
Okay.
He tailed off
Ufana no
before the
Hargreaves.
injury started, though.
It was injuries. when he went to Bournemouth, I
Adam,
think-
remember Adam Johnson, Man City?
Oh,
You know
yeah.
how good Adam Johnson was?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
You know what
And he went
nationality Adam Johnson was?
English.
Theo Walcott.
And then Harry Kane,
Harry Kane.
He's the, you
I
see,
think there's a
as
reason
well,
he
he's
missed that
there.
penalty,
Harry
right?
Kane, he's there. Harry Kane is there as well, but there's just that one thing that's stopping him, bro.
Nah, but I think Harry Kane, this is his last season at Spurs. If I were
Who's gonna
him,
sign him, though?
all I'm saying is that if we don't
Ah,
buy Harry
X.
Kane,
yes,
if we don't
I was
buy
gonna
Harry
say,
Kane in the summer, we're mad.
yeah.
Aye, man.
Yabona X. No, hold on. This is my.
Yeah.
I'm with Mutis on this. Yabona Harry Kane right now. If Daniel Levy says he wants 120 million for Harry Kane, look the other way. We patal the 120 million and take the player.
Never. 120
Hold
Wait,
on.
wait,
Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Hear me out.
Old.
It's
Hear me
going to
out.
be 30. Because if
Hear me
it's
out.
30, you know United are going to drop that 120. But if it's 29, maybe they'll look the other way.
Nah, bro.
Hear me out. Harry
Okay.
Kane is
Harry Kane.
one player that will give
80
you
million at most.
25
Yeah.
25 goals a season.
Yeah. Me, it's
I
the
don't
price.
know.
And this is not including your Thursday night football. This is purely in the league.
Yeah, dude. As long as the price is around 80 M's, it's fine. This 120 M bullshit, they must forget it, bro.
But these
But
guys
he
still have to
doesn't-
spend. They still have to spend 120 for Declan Rice. So
It's
But
going
that
to
one
Arsenal.
we're not doing.
Rice is going to Arsenal, bro. Apparently, Arsenal.
Hi. They signed Jorginho. He's not going to go to Arsenal. You guys are going to sign him.
No,
You guys
I
can't
don't
play
want
with
that.
Casemiro forever.
Jorginho was patchwork.
No.
Jorginho is patchwork. Jorginho now is a squad player.
Yeah. I know he's dog. I don't want Rice. Rice is also another one who's overrated. English players, like you said,
I'll take
jeez, I
Rice.
don't even look at them. I'd rather get
At the
that
moment,
Aston Villa
at the
kid.
moment, at the moment, 7-Up, you will take anything in the middle of the park.
No,
Never.
I wouldn't take Bruno
not
Fernandes.
Rice.
Not anything.
And I wouldn't
No,
take
not-
Mason Mount either for that.
No, I'm talking to Shiva, as in he right now his middle of the park is.
I would rather keep Fred than take Largamang, Mason Mount. I would keep
Hell
my
no.
Fred. I'd keep my.
There we
Giroud.
go.
as well.
Uncle
Yeah.
Sam, Uncle Sam has said it, and it is the
Yeah.
law.
Anthony
Ten Hag
said-
was arrogant with the subs,
Yep.
and that's why he deserved the 7 goal drop that he
Yeah.
got.
But let's be real. Ten Hag does have an attitude problem. Chief.
Yeah,
He-
like
he-
oh, like
No,
No,
not
don't
like-
say like
I don't
all.
think. I don't think.
Don't say like all.
Hold on,
Wait,
hold on.
let me
And this
finish,
is
let me
and this is
finish.
me defending. This is me defending the arrogance that you're speaking of. For you to be at that level, there must be a certain level of arrogance.
No,
You look
but
at
it's-
Pep.
let me
Hold
look
on,
at it.
gents. Hold on.
No, but it's different.
You look at Pep.
It's different.
You look no, gents. You look at Pep. Pep is arrogant as fuck. You look at Klopp. Klopp is arrogant in his smile. You look at Mourinho. Mourinho is super arrogant.
Okay, let me stop you right there.
Yes,
Let me
well,
stop you right there.
he
Firstly,
was also arrogant.
yes, they
Yes.
were, but
But I
they
do
didn't
know
say
for
things like
Marathon.
end of an era, and they didn't say things like
Well, Mourinho said he's special
there's
when
nothing
he comes
special about but Mourinho was European champion at the time, so he was the special one, right? Also, another thing on Jose, and I will always defend Jose about this, is that years later we all look at what we laughed at him about and all the rubbish that we thought he said, and we're like, Jose was right.
Yeah.
He was
is.
right
But
about
how do we
everything
know?
he said at
How do we know
United.
in hindsight? How do we know that we're not going to say that about Ten Hag years later, where he
Because
says
he
it's an
just
end of an
caught
era?
7.
But
Because he just scored 7. And so
7,
also on that, right?
6, 5. He's caught all 3 of those scores.
Well,
No,
and,
but
and
what I
4
was
against
saying- what I
Brentford
was
as
saying-
well. But anyway,
what I was saying
further to my
about
point,
his
right?
arrogance. What I was saying about his arrogance, man, is Pep is arrogant, but Pep always does what's best for the team. I want to say that
Thank you.
because Pep substitutes. Like if he has
Yeah.
Udu Brain on the bench and he can see that he'll bring on Kevin on. He won't now bring on I don't know, let me just say Ake for the sake of saying I want to prove to you that I can win with a squad player. No. And that's what Ten Hag tries to do. Even if you look at, and I'll go back to the Ronaldo situation. When we needed Ronaldo the most, Ten Hag wouldn't bring him on to prove that Ngaletu Ilanga to come and just run on that wing and do fuck all. No, you can say that. All I'm saying is that he's got an element of arrogance that he needs to fix and be arrogant right, and not just be arrogant for the sake of proving a point to the dressing room that I can do this without Sancho. I can come back without Sancho. No, man. As long as he's keeping Harry Maguire on the bench, I'm happy. Every other decision, I dispute.
Yeah, no, true, guys. I mean, it's a work in progress, Modise, bro. But let's look at the grand scheme of things. When you look at the grand scheme of things, we have made progress under this manager.
Yeah, but when he plays, when he plays Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who everybody was criticizing, but the one season where he's one of our top players at the moment on form against the game against the Liverpool, you don't undermine your opponent, no matter what you do, especially in the EPL. He should have started Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Don't try to prove a point that I can bring on Utaloy, who's going to bring back last season's form. You're as good as your last performance. Who is the better right back today? Not yesterday, today.
But I think the Dalot conversation has been had quite a few times, and unfortunately, the room is always split right in the middle. Is he as good as everyone thinks he is?
Two seasons ago, I used to always tell you guys that I favor Wan-Bissaka. I remember. And that was the time he was on the low. And I used to tell you guys that the one thing I like about Wan-Bissaka is he's one-on-one. That's the one thing that I enjoyed about the fact that he can't go forward and blah, blah, blah. I didn't care about the fact that when it matters, he's going to put in that tackle and he's going to win the ball. He's not going to give away a foul or whatever the case is. He's going to win the ball. That is what I enjoy about him, right? Utalo was on form last season. Why? When Wan-Bissaka came back from injury, when he came back from injury and he was off form, and everybody criticized Wan-Bissaka loudly. Nobody's speaking about him today because he's on form. He's our better right back. Nobody.
I remember Wan-Bissaka coming to Anfield and everybody's talking about how he never gets beaten, and I remember Bobby Firmino putting him on his ass. So you can have that.
Just in his defense, I remember the game against United versus Chelsea. It was at the Bridge. Hazard was at the peak. Hazard was at the peak of his game, and then this freaking boy came out of nowhere. AWP, and he had him in his pocket.
Even before that, right? We had Sadio Mane. Yeah, we had Sadio Mane. It was when he was still at Palace, and that's when I realized this guy was going to be good. Sadio Mane also in the prime. Well, I wouldn't say prime. He peaked a little bit later, but he was on form. He was our player that season, and Wan-Bissaka just shut him down completely.
Exactly.
Back at Palace. So this was before the special United coaching.
My point is, let's select
what special United coaching are you talking about?
No. That's not a dig. Honestly, that's not a dig. When you go to United, you do get better coaching. Like that's not a dig.
You don't. You don't.
Well,
at United, you get better what?
That's bullshit. You don't get none of that.
You get better what?
Wrong platform, Shiva.
Wrong Dutch guy with his bald head.
Even the United faithfuls are not even backing you up.
It's a freaking cricket stadium, bro. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean there's proper training?
So you're meant to get better coaching, like better paid coaches, bigger names, ex-players who won.
Actually, let's not hate. Benny is that side, so yeah. Benny
I like Benny.
Area. Yeah,
I like Benny.
You never know. Benny might be watching in the 18 area, so let's respect.
Yeah.
But Benny's not coaching Wan-Bissaka though.
He couldn't respond to Ronaldo. Why would he be responding to us?
Hey.
He responded to
Facts.
Rashford.
Can I ask you a question, guys? Do you think this is the beginning of our downfall this season?
No.
So I don't think you guys can fall that far. Like if you guys no. Like I mean,
Yo.
if you guys don't win the
Shiva,
Europa League,
yes.
no, because you're not going to drop out of top 4, right? You guys are not going to finish 5th, right?
Yeah.
It like you're just that point's gone. You guys at most will finish 4th. If you get knocked out of the Europa League and if you don't win the FA Cup, you end the season with 4th and a trophy, right? That's if I gave you that at the start of the season, you would have taken it. Right? So even if you do go on a bad run on form, I don't believe your form will be that bad to drop out of top 4.
Okay, so 12 games, 12 games. 12 games left in the season. Be careful what you say. Be very careful what you say.
Watch out. Just watch out.
12 games left.
Yeah.
12 games left in the season. I don't think you should fall out of the top 5. But yesterday,
put some respect, Chief.
No,
I am.
I think they'll finish in the top 4.
No. Honestly, right now, Spurs doesn't want to get into the top 4. So I'm just gonna say top 5.
Okay, then we're not Chelsea.
Nah, my chance.
No,
Chelsea.
I've written off the season, James. Come on.
United will be fine, guys. United will be fine.
Yeah.
They'll get a top 4 finish. There's not many stadiums like Anfield anymore. Once you go to Anfield, that's what Pep always says. Once you go to Anfield, you can start looking for points, right? Once you go to Anfield, because Anfield was always going to test you, right? And Ten Hag, he got his wake-up call. If Ten Hag needed anything, it was that result, right? So I think they'll be fine. They'll still finish top 4 because Sita, who you say, Shiva, who you say is going to finish top 4 if United are going to finish top 4?
No. I'm saying United are going to finish top 4. I'm saying there's no way that they'll finish. Like, it doesn't matter if they have a bad run of form; they'll still finish top 4.
No,
and this is Ten Hag's first season. So hence I say, grand scheme of things, yes, we hit the 7-up pothole, and we got humble. Grand scheme of things.
That's a deep pothole, though.
Yeah, it was a very deep one. It hit our oil sump, King. Boom. With its gates, our cars written off. I guess we're gonna take it to a panel beta ekasi, and
Manje, have you guys spoken about Chelsea?
Nah, we don't talk about.
No, I think no. It's not worth watching.
There's nothing left to say.
Yeah,
their first win this year, and you guys saying that's not a great result. That's what happened.
No,
you never know they won.
What I wanted,
guys.
What I wanted this morning.
Happy
welcome.
Wake up.
Hey, better late than never, guys. Better late than never. This man is wearing his t-shirt. Where did you find it, by the way?
No. He found it somewhere in the 7th floor, clearly.
Look how new it is. He hasn't been wearing it much.
You would know about the 7th floor.
Definitely. He hasn't been wearing this t-shirt. I'm telling you. After this, I'm gonna go back to Explicit Sports page, and I'm going to go to all the shows right this year. This guy hasn't been wearing the t-shirt. This whole year he hasn't been wearing the t-shirt.
Yeah, but
even after they signed Mudryk, he hasn't worn the t-shirt.
Nah, I think I wore the other one. But anyway, I went up at Chelsea. I was honestly hoping that I'll wake up this morning, but Potter is gone. And
not going anywhere.
Rumor.
They're gonna keep him. He's the yes man.
And I hate following London tabloids, but I'm at that point of desperation of following London tabloids. They saying we are speaking with Mourinho for him to come back. I'm at that point, like literally, that's the lowest of the low, where I'm messing with like London tabloid news for me to just get a hope and feel it's okay. This man is gone.
Mfana,
he must fuck off. It's
I'll
done.
be your realist in this case. Forget about it. He ain't going nowhere, man. They building.
Yeah, thank you.
Make your
You guys are gonna go through what we went through, Modise, and I'm excited, bro. That's what
as long as
went through for 2 seasons when our board let this man destroy our club.
No, but Chelsea have been through these periods. Remember when they were 10th?
We're not. Yeah. Chelsea does this. Chelsea two extremes. Chelsea
I'll defend Ole. He finished 2nd.
Yeah.
And then the point gap between him and second.
If
Ah,
he finished second,
He finished second.
he
Guys-
finished second.
guys,
Give
we
He
credit.
finished above us.
Give
yeah, guys,
credit.
we have to call it, eh? Like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's 8 o'clock.
I know
and-
load shedding is hitting now.
Yeah, it's that time, guys.
He finished second.
Look,
What,
if
what,
things-
what
if things
stage
go
are we
well
on?
with
Are
this
we
whole
on, are we
City
on
court
stage
case-
7?
Yeah, we're at stage
I think
5.
X is on stage 7.
Oh,
guys,
Look,
thanks,
if-
man.
If things go well with the City court case, Oli might have won a league title. So just
Man,
Just-
I don't want those trophies. I don't want it in that way. But anyway, Chins, thanks, man. Thank you so much for video.
Cheers, cheers.
Cheers,
Hola.
cheers. Guys, please
Sure,
like,
sure.
comment, share, subscribe. We are
wait, where's this? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we